Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in for my second video about Palm Springs, California, where I'll be talking about the Uptown district in the first half and then the aerial tramway in the second. The Uptown district stretches roughly a mile long in northern Palm Springs, ranging from public art, multiple art galleries and exhibits, boutique hotels that are full of designs and decorations, along with many stylish restaurants to eat at, many stylish stores to check out, and overall a paradise for art lovers. The main street that runs in both this area and in downtown is called Palm Canyon Drive, which is lined with palm trees on both sides and also has its own walk of fame. The neighborhoods in this area have multiple celebrity homes that you can visit and some other attractions that you also might want to drive by and check out. I listed all the featured attractions and places in my description area, as well as these Ray-Ban sunglasses and other suggested product that you can check out. And before I get into more detail with everything, have a look at some more awesome footage first. So I'm gonna first start off by how most people start their day, which is coffee and breakfast. The best place with a combination of art is the very popular La Jefa Cafe that's located in the Flannery Exchange building, which is new as of February 2021. The chai chata is something I recommend along with their breakfast sandwich or their avocado toast topped with salad. Inside are all kinds of shops, including one that sells flowers and wallpaper. There's also another art gallery, and many more stores are still in the process of moving in. Outside is a cocktail bar called the Bar Chingona that's also under the same ownership, and overall I suggest to come back at night to experience. There's another outdoor patio on the rooftop that's open for special events and members of the building and offers great views of Palm Canyon Drive. Another one of my favorites is an actual place called Coffee, located in the corridor courtyard just before you reach downtown. It's definitely a hot spot for both locals and visitors. There's plenty of fresh pastries and goods to choose from, but their blackberry peach yogurt parfait has always been my favorite. There's plenty of seating options in the courtyard, along with lots of green space and a backdrop of the mountains. You'll notice more artwork and statues, and of course you have access to other stores within the building. On a final note, I also want to mention that they have multiple locations within Palm Springs. Up the street in the opposite direction is Ernst Coffee that's located in the heart of the district. There's lots of good decor on the walls and plenty of indoor seating. They have special lattes that I really enjoyed with more fresh pastries. It's connected to the bootlegger Tiki Bar next door from being under the same ownership, so come back at night if you want to experience something tropical. Now my next topic are some popular hotels, starting out with two that are full of art, with the Twist being the first and the Fleur Noir being the other. Both have great pool areas, both are right in the heart of the district, and I definitely felt like I got my money's worth. The Twist Hotel is more like a luxury apartment complex. When I first checked into my room, I was very impressed with all of the colorful furniture and pictures on the wall. The bedroom was very spacious that led to a balcony offering views of the mountains and partial views of Palm Canyon Drive. The hotel is the sister property of the Paloma Hotel in Cathedral City, where I also enjoyed staying and has a great pool area, so let this be another option also. Now the Fleur Noir is a small boutique and adults-only hotel, and that means the pool area is nice, quiet, and very relaxing. The hotel is designed with flower murals on all 10 buildings of the property and has a total of 21 rooms, with the majority of them having a small patio area. The hotel was once another hotel from the 1940s to the 1970s and then was an apartment complex for the following decades. It was then vacant for around 10 years before reopening as a hotel again in November 2021. The lobby has more beautiful flower decorations and also has a small bar area. There are multiple games on the patio areas, but it's even better at night with the fire pits lit up where I enjoyed relaxing in front of with a cold beer. Moving on for my next 3 hotel suggestions, with the first being the Westcott, the second being the Arrive, and the third being the Triada. Starting with the Westcott, the hotel was renovated in 2017, but it still preserves its 1930s look, which was when they first opened. Location-wise, it's about 2 blocks away from Palm Canyon Drive. The pool area is a colorful place to be at night, and their hot tub is open 24 hours. Complimentary beverages and snacks are offered upon checking in, as well as their daily social hour every evening, and there's also complimentary breakfast every morning. I was very impressed when I first checked into my room and overall enjoyed my stay. The Arrive Hotel also has a great pool area and is also a well-lit up place to be at night. The location is right on Palm Canyon Drive. Your first impression will most likely be at the pool bar because this is where you check in. There are a total of 32 rooms and many of them have a small outdoor patio with a fire pit to enjoy at night. The staff was very friendly and I enjoy meeting all kinds of people hanging out at the pool. Connected to the hotel is one of the most popular ice cream shops in town and another place to get coffee. Finally, with the Triada Hotel, it has a good mixture of history and art that goes back to the year 1939 and has operated under many names throughout the decades. The property did go under a renovation in 2014 and now includes over 50 rooms. There are 2 pool areas that I enjoyed hanging out at, with one of them featuring a pool bar. Location-wise, it's only a block away from Palm Canyon Drive and right before reaching downtown. Just to give you all a friendly reminder, I have all of these hotels and businesses listed with their websites in my description area. And now moving on to the restaurants, I'm going to start off with a very popular breakfast spot called Cheeky's. Inside are full of monkey decorations and outside has a nice patio. They're very well known for their bacon flights of 5 different flavors, which I recommend with their breakfast quesadilla. Next door is their Italian sister restaurant called Burba that opens up in the evening, and I highly recommend their pasta. Another fun place is 849, which I didn't know if I was at an art museum that featured a restaurant or a restaurant that featured an art museum. There are multiple private rooms that offer different kinds of paintings and sculptures. If you come in the evening, it's another place for a large and well lit up patio. For breakfast, they are best known for their eggs Benedict with breakfast potatoes, and then for lunch, I recommend their chicken sandwich. If you want a nice burger, their sister restaurant called 1501 Gastropub is up the road with another outdoor patio with a backdrop of the mountains. You can also come here for breakfast because another well-known item is their eggs Benedict. If you want a good sushi roll, Sandfish Sushi is a very popular place located right in the heart of everything with both indoor and outdoor dining. One of the most popular rolls is actually called the Sandfish that includes spicy tuna, crab, and avocado. The dessert I really liked was their Oreo matcha cheesecake. Another well-known and casual restaurant is Jake's. The baby back ribs with pineapple teriyaki sauce is one of their most popular items on their dinner menu, and they have a good-sized bakery selection for dessert. Another attraction you'll want to consider checking out are all the different homes in the nearby neighborhoods. A few blocks away, you'll find the house that was once owned by the famous singer Frank Sinatra. Just roughly a block away are the Robolights, which is a home full of sculptures and public art. The home is closed to the public as of now, but there's still lots to see just driving or walking by, such as Captain Morgan and Chuck E. Cheese. In another neighborhood, there's the home that was once owned by Marilyn Monroe, and on the next block over is the House of Tomorrow, aka Elvis Presley's honeymoon hideaway. Every February during the famous annual Modernism Week, the house brings over many visitors and is open for tours. Self-guided tour maps are provided right when you walk in that will lead you to both the living and dining rooms. You can't miss the very unique fireplace and also the stove in the kitchen area in the next room over. It then leads to the family room, which is also very nicely decorated, and you can also walk outside to the pool area. There's multiple bedrooms and bathrooms you can also tour, but the bedroom that stood out the most was the primary located upstairs, where you can get a good view of the street. Overall, it's a tour you can spend at least a half hour between learning about the history and touring the rooms. As for shopping, There are all kinds of shops that allow you to go window shopping up and down Palm Canyon Drive. If you like shopping for art, both the Rubine Red Gallery and the Shag Gallery are top choices for art lovers and have great selections of paintings. If you like shopping for clothes, one well-known place are the shops at 1345 that was opened in 2012. The building itself was constructed in 1955 and has been used by a variety of businesses. Inside are all kinds of different stores that sell furniture, paintings and pictures, clothes, and other creative goods. The overall time I suggest spending here is roughly between 30 and 45 minutes. Before moving on to the aerial tramway, the last thing I want to talk about in this area are some local landmarks and historical buildings. Two places that are next to each other are the Desert Arts Center and the Palm Canyon Theater, which are on the grounds of the Francis Stevens School that opened in the year 1927. The Desert Arts Center still provides different art classes on a weekly basis, and the Palm Canyon Theater is still an active and popular theater for musical plays. Be sure to notice across the street one of the original street markers from the 1930s. Up the street are two more historical buildings across the street from each other. The one with the tower is the Pacific Building that was built in 1936, and you'll find a few shopping opportunities in the courtyard. The one across the street is the El Paseo Building that was built in 1926 and also has a courtyard in the center with a few more stores you can visit, including a popular restaurant known as The Workshop. Just the street over is a local landmark, which is the Desert Hospital, and it's impossible to miss with its bell tower. It was once known as the El Mirador Hotel, starting in 1928. It was rated as a 5-star hotel, attracting many Hollywood stars with its golf course, tennis courts, and even a swimming pool, but World War II changed all of that by transforming it into a hospital for wounded soldiers. It still served as a hotel shortly after the war was over, until it was eventually transformed into a hospital. So a trip to Palm Springs is definitely incomplete without a trip to the aerial tramway, aka the world's largest rotating tram car. The ride is roughly 10 minutes to the top that will take you up to over 8,000 feet into the San Jacinto Mountains. Right away you'll notice the viewing platforms where you can get some great photos of the valley, and then up a small staircase you'll get some different views of the mountains. There's small information boards about them and also the names of the viewing areas. On the back side of the station are all the hiking trails the tram is known for, which lead to over 50 miles. But if you want something short, the Desert View Trail is a little over a mile round trip, and the Nature Trail is a little under a mile round trip. These were the only trails I took where I was able to experience multiple lookout points full of priceless views. It's also pretty easy to stay on the trail, as the majority of them are dirt trails guided by branches and rocks, so there's no need to worry about getting lost. The temperature up there is around 30 degrees cooler, so I highly suggest to pack warm. As for food, you won't have to go far for lunch, whether it's before or after a hike. Your first option is the Peaks restaurant that's full of large windows that allow you to enjoy the views, and I highly recommend ordering the steak sandwich on ciabatta bread. Option number 2 is the Pines Cafe that has plenty of places to sit and is next to a good-sized bar area. Now, after talking about the trails and the restaurants, I do want to move on to talking about the tram's history. The idea comes from an electrical engineer named Francis Crocker in 1935 after setting his eyes on the top of the mountain range. With the outbreak of both World War II and the Korean War, the project didn't start until July 1961. After 26 months, the tramway was finally opened in September 1963, with the California governor and his wife taking the first ride up. Since then, the tram ride has taken up over 20 million people. New rotating tram cars were installed in September of 2000 and was henceforth known as the world's largest rotating tram car. The original tram cars are still kept and on display in the parking lot. Coming up in my next video featuring the downtown area, I'm going to be talking more about nice hotels, nice restaurants, multiple museums that are worth checking out, and so much more. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my video featuring downtown Palm Springs.